Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Raiin. Today, we're gonna be making some future bass with my new sample pack that just dropped. Put the link in the description. But yeah, no real direction for this video. Just gonna try and make some of the more modern future bass that we're hearing today. Kind of trappier, a little bit heavier, more distorted. So yeah, let's go. So first things first, I have different little MIDI clips if you don't know much about music theory. So I'll just start with one of these guys. I wanna put my headphones on. I'm just gonna put a little pad on this guy. Give it a listen. A little organ sound. So that's a good basis to start on. I'm gonna layer that with one of my piano loops. That'll be the basis of the track right there. And then in the pack as well, I have some pads and stuff which follows the same chord structure. The vibes going already. Next, I'm gonna add a bass. If you don't use Kick Tight in Ableton, you're missing out. Might be a little bit hard to tell in headphones, but it definitely makes your basses smack. Piano's a little loud. All right, we're grooving now. So next thing I'll do is add some atmospheres. So in the pack, I have some little basic like vinyl crackle. This is me walking around in the rain. And some radio stuff. I use these in like all my tracks. It's something you don't really notice, but it honestly makes a big difference. You know, it gets the vibes going. What I like to do too is use a shitload of redux. Give it those lo-fi vibes. Cool, so let's duplicate this and make a little build up. I'll add a little glitch loop. So these guys are also in key to this progression here. This is basically just some glitched out craziness. Drums. In the pack I got a ton of different kicks and stuff, that kick snares, whatever, for different vibes. Like a little intro one all the way to some big knockers. This one's good. I also recorded a bunch of like chimes. Like stuff like these. And these are actually super duper useful. Another thing you don't really notice but kind of takes your production up a little bit higher. So I also have this little pre-drop vocal. Raiin. So let's start with some drums, I suppose. I have a ton of just drum loops. I think I'll use this one just because it's like the basic trap vibe. Another thing I like to do with my drums, which is also included in the pack of course, are a bunch of glitches. So I'll put that guy on the snare. We're going to need some supersaw. Some people overdo it like crazy, but it's literally just like not a lot of layers. So I mean I just have this little saw layer and then a square, like a square saw type deal. And then obviously a mid bass, very essential. These mid basses are literally like 90% of the work on the super saws, to be honest. And then we're using this as like for just the mids, you know, it's a pretty full frequency sound, but so I'm just gonna EQ the mids up and then take the highs and the high mids down a little bit. We're making trap, so always gotta have those horns. And next will be our sub. So normal sub. So far our stack is sounding like this. So it's pretty centered around this mid bass. So I'm going to turn my chords up. Next I'm going to add a top layer. So I'm saturating it pretty hard. And then you can tell how much of a difference that makes just right off the bat. Another thing you don't really notice, but just goes a long way. This type of music's super basic, so we gotta add something to make it a little more unique. So what I like to do is add like a bunch of really distorted arps. So you'll hear this in all my music if you've listened. Like off the bat, it doesn't sound very good. By the way, this is just a super duper saturated little preset from this Arturia synth. And then this is the main one you hear a lot of my music. So So I mean, it sounds kind of horrible to be honest on its own, but if you add it in the stack, it fits very nicely because it's like an element on top of it besides the chords, you know. That's the flow we're gonna kind of go for, is just we're gonna do some little stop and go action here. Beautiful. So I mean, literally, that's just a drum loop in supersaws. And it already sounds pretty good. It's missing some white noise on top. Everyone sleeps on white noise. You could literally have an 808 in white noise and your shit will smack so hard. Another thing I like to do too is add like kind of the same thing as white noise, but make it like tonal. So what I do is add a granulator and then add like a bell into it. So I'll drop that one in there. And then I'm gonna move the file position over here and add a bunch of spray to it. Return the grain so there's more motion. And then I'm going to put it at like a really high octave and then just cut out everything below it. And then so it just kind of sits on top and adds like a metallic-y kind of feel to it. It's another thing that's super simple that will help your stuff sound more full. So like without it and now with it. Just adds like texture. I think I'd rather have this hit with like just like a sharp little saw hit. There we go. So the second hit hits a little harder. Don't even know what I just did, but there you go. Let's hear what we got so far.
Rain.
So I need to add something before the drop. That little glitch here.
Rain.
There we go. Let's turn this pre-drop vocal up a little bit more.
Rain.
I mean, this is like the basis of pretty much the whole track, or the whole drop. I have some like crowd noise in the background to do just some stuff filling it up. We need a fill right here. So let's add a fill. I have this little wub that I like to use a lot. It's just like a distorted little FM sine wave wub. You know, let's add a glitch from my pack as a fill. I like this one. Alright, that's not bad, not bad, not bad. The drums could use a little more head bobbin action. Alright, solo open hat should do fine. You know what? I don't know how much I like this wub. Let's use another glitch from the pack. Okay. This static, I do dig this guy. So I'm just going to repeat these little drums, cut out the drums all right there, and do a little turnaround. So then I'm going to filter the whole saw group down, and then I'll add like an amen break. Amen break, amen break. Another thing you can do, I like to do on everything except the saws. I'll add a little bit of a little pitch automation on the chords on like every kick, so you can hear it. Maybe that. So we'll start it. I'll also saturate the shit out of it. So let's make the second half of the drop now. I'm going to cut out all the drums for the first 2 bars. I'm going to make the lead be an octave up, and then I'll pitch the arps. Let's add some closed hats in the second half of the drop. I'm just going to do like a little offbeat one like this. Yep, so I'm gonna do some finishing touches on this guy and then I'll play it for you. The sample pack is in the link right here in the description. If you want to support me, cop it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
Rain.
Alright, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you liked it, drop a like below. Subscribe. There's going to be a lot more YouTube content coming. If you have any ideas for any videos you guys want me to do, drop a comment. And I'll leave links to my sample pack below. My track Other Side with Josh Rubin just dropped on Music High Chord. If you want to stream that, I'll leave a link as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.